Okay, abusua yabema kwaba sonko so edeba Ghana Politics Avenue so abusua yembonra yensem Auditor General apeke evidence bia abusua evidence now apeke no 52 billion money transfer NPP criminal appointees be say omo transfer akogu omo bank account mu eno na you see Auditor General I intercept ya ebusuya ye de honsem e de brem Solomon Owusu e de honsem bi ababetuja afa ho asankofo no chena ye chen ho no Solomon Owusu sa illegal money transfer na nyesika keto 52 billion dollars asisi ano Auditor General ninsa etumi aso sa enkofo nima wa track sa 52 billion dollars momi enko na yenkonko tinsema Solomon Owusu e de etuda on subscribe ya subscribe like na share ma afufron so ensa into me enkabi Ghana Politics Avenue so madam ase.
How can we have Auditor General's report every day we are being looted? How can we have ECG this matter they think is dead? Cables, you remember the cables? Hey, don't get up on my, don't play with this. The cables matter.
Yeah.
When Afenyo Martins himself went to Parliament and said that's normal thing, he was about what are we talking about? Are we that dumb? We must not. What about Adimamenu, Adimamenu? The people were voting.
Sputnik V.
Sputnik V. The airport. Remember the frontiers. They bought a criminal entity to come and take almost $90 million. How much did they give to the country? The Ghanaian was voting to expose that and to make sure that we recover back to the state. What about the COVID money that they claim that we used to cook? Fresh food, is there hot food? 54 million Ghana. Did you ever enjoy some? Did you get some? Only ghost ate that food. The Ghanaian was voting to expose that. We did year of rose 2017, 2018, 2019. Yet in our country, everywhere, all the roads leading out of Accra, not in good condition. So what did we use the money for? We were told that 52 billion cedis was transferred from a tax account at GCB to an unknown account. As we speak, we don't know the end of it.
And the Auditor General is still at post.
And the Auditor General, what are you doing at post?
How's cleaning?
You see, David, so there are a lot of issues. But because we believe that if we are going to help this administration, this president, he has what it takes to do it. I will plead with all those that matter in this administration that they must look at the unborn generation and help this president. Because if you are the president, you cannot be everywhere. You can only assign responsibilities. My issue has always been whether those that are assigned the responsibilities, they also share the views of the president.
Yeah.
If they don't, they will shortchange all of us. And people will get away and come and tell our children in the future that your parents were smarter. You cannot be a smart parent when you only came to steal from the state. You stole the tax revenue meant for development. And that cannot be smartness. So it is important that we keep this administration on its toes. We always remind them what led them to that emphatic victory. Remember, we also took part in the elections. Yeah. We went to the people of this country, showed our message. They said, no, this is not the time. Let's give the benefit of the doubt to John Mahama. Ever since he came on the economic front, all the indicators, he has bettered it. And I said that this, he must not be happy because Nana Akuffo's administration must be a sponge. We must forget about him, forget. Class 1 would have even done better than that. Class 1 people, we class 1 people go and dig a hole. Now, when I hear some of the MPP people say, posterity will judge him right. I say, are you kidding me? You must be crazy to think that posterity will judge digging of a hole of 97 million as being a good governance by a president. He will go down. Anyway, we are yet to know whether someone will come and dig a hole which is expensive than 97, so that the person will come and beat his record.
We wait to see.
Let me end it here and you carry on.
All right, so let me just quickly go through some of our messages.
Please, before the messages, I think that this document,
a
petition, must go to the OSD.
No, it's going to go.
What Sami Daku said, which is irritating, is that they are too busy they're not interested.
They are too busy.
So please join us.
You mean
yes? We had a conversation about
that. Yeah.
I've given him copies of
the
I pointed
they
him
are
to
not there to protect any. They are not there to protect.
I indicated to him that the person who brought the documents is ready to testify. In fact, we have more documents and we are ready to testify. They are too busy. This is corruption related. He's not interested. The OSP is not interested. They are too busy. Please join us. Let us send a petition and follow it as a media person.
Right, we'll do that.
I see.
Okay, so let's go to Facebook.
No country in Africa can do it alone. That is the starting point. The need to move from no action talk only on the continent is more than necessary. So this summit, the Africa Summit on the 16th to 17th December, will be looking at how to implement programs and policies that will lead us into a united Africa. The talks are becoming one too many. Every year we go to Addis Ababa. I don't know whether they go and look at the beautiful ladies on there or what. So I hope and believe, and I would suggest as a Pan-African station, this program, Dave and your people, you take active interest in it. A lot of experts, African heads of state will come, and we must force them, tell them that enough is enough. We need that unity. Because what are the issues? The same issues or reasons ascribed by the military in Burkina, the military in Mali, the military in Niger, and recently Guinea-Bissau. It's the same thing that Pascal and Tigri were using. There's instability in the northern part of Benin. And you are a military person. You are supposed to deal with that. You are not dealing with it. You say you want to take over. Take over what? They have no clue about governance. At least Ghana has experimented it a number of times. We had Kotoka, we had Kutu, we had who? Rollins came in, Akuffo came in, Angra came in, Echampo came in. Finally, we had to settle on democracy with all these problems. That is not to say that what we are doing today is the best, but at least it allows citizens to express themselves, to tell government that ABC is not doing, it's not good. What we are lacking now is citizens to be bold and look straight into leaders and call for their removal or vote against them when they are not performing. That is what is outstanding. That we will build a strong institutions that will punish politicians who only come to loot. That is what is missing in the equation with our democracy. That we punish politicians who deliberately decide to inflate contracts when they are not supposed to do it. That we have the procurement law. That politicians will deliberately come and then misapply it and misuse it. So it is for us to continue to open the minds of our people. But any given day, democracy is far better than military men and women taking over. I've said that if they want to lead us, if they want to become presidents, they must remove their uniform, go and form a political party, or come and join United Party, come and convince us why you think you are a better leader, that the ideas you have, let's go on the campaign trail, go and campaign to the people of this country. If they so wish, if they see you as a credible person, somebody who can do the job and vote for you, you become the president. Not that they stay to buy guns and use the gun to go and remove a legitimately elected president. Mind you, Patrick Talon won a legitimate election as an independent candidate. You are not accusing him of mismanaging the economy. You are not accusing him of corruption. And if there is anything semblance of corruption, I believe there are laws in Benin that could deal with that. Yeah. Now they have thwarted the effort of the what are they mutineers? And Sam Pascal is on the run. Coward! You are even a coward. You wanted to lead a country. You You must know that once it does not succeed, you sacrifice your life. Why are you running away? Come back and let's deal with you.
He's doing kind of that.
He is the kind of, see this kind of that type of people.
Oh my God.
He has gone away and left poor soldiers in there. But he would have benefited. He would have called himself the head of state. You organize about 2 by 4, 7 soldiers plus you go and capture state, because you have done the coup. Is that how you organize the coup? So, David, we must not encourage. You see, everybody has difficulty. Ghana here, we have a lot of problems. I keep saying that if coup was any fashionable thing, we have reached beyond coup levels during the Akuffo's period. Everything he was doing was just inviting the military into our governance structure. Everything. You see that President Akuffo is coming back home, exposing what the nonsense that was happening. See what we have been saying. Now he has to bend, he has to eat a humble pie and begin to speak like this. Say it as it is like this. This was what some of us were calling on him to do, former president. And we will urge him that today if he's seen anything wrong with President Mahama, he must speak. It doesn't mean you hate him. You are rather speaking to correct the wrongs. In the same way, if you are in the National Democratic Congress and something wrong is happening, do not be afraid to speak out. Akuffo made almost 99.9% of NPP people cowards. They couldn't speak. Now you want that. Now when you see some of them now speaking, I look at it as a coward. Look. When Akuffo was there, you couldn't speak. We looked straight into his face and told him what was right. Because death is once. Whether we live or die, we live unto the Creator. And you must not be afraid to look straight into people's faces and tell them that this is wrong. He wants to use the back door to become president. They must smoke him out whatever he is and must make him to face the full rigors of the law. If for any, after all, Tawan is not going to contest again. The April election has coming. He is not part of it. If you strongly believe that there is a genuine candidate, as citizens of Benin, 14 million people, I'm sure more than 7 million would be in the voter register. Go and vote for your preferred candidate. That is what civilized nations do. But they are capitalizing on the innocence of the poor person. Anybody who doesn't have a job, it's very easy to play on your emotional keyboards that you are not having a job because there is this person there. You that is coming, what is your program? What is your plan? What is your strategy? This Pascal guy, what program has he espoused to the people of Benin that he could lead the country? We don't look at all these. I have said that Ghanaians must move beyond manifestos and begin to demand concrete plans from various candidates that want to lead us, so that we peruse these plans and see whether or not it will stand the test of time before we go and entrust our authority to them to lead us. So the African Union must unite. Once we unite, we will have a very big market. We have a very powerful negotiation skill. We will be going to international meetings with one voice and with a stronger position, rather than what we are doing. Benin is going on its own, Ghana is going on its own. Go and check the report, the debt report that has been issued by the World Bank. That almost all the things that we are doing, all the struggles, the taxes that we are mobilizing in this country, what we do with it is to go and pay interest plus principal to our bosses. How can a continent endowed with all these resources be classified as a poor country? If you read about Ghana, you get angry the more that we are in the same league with Haiti, Sri Lanka, Somalia, and that is why Akufo has run away. He told us that he went to what? Is it Yale or what? If these are the works of aliens, then I dare say that I would prefer to go to my local authority school. After that, I don't even go to university. And some of these things, if Ghanaians were not level-headed, if we did not realize where we have come from, that the military regimes have not helped us, Akufo would have led us into a coup d'etat and by now everybody's life is messed up. So fellow West Africans and Africans, we must understand that the solution to all these our problems is to becoming one, having a standing army, having a buoyant economy, tricking the minds of the youth to know that we are in a softer war with the rest of the world. The world does not sympathize with us. They only use us as guinea pigs. This is where they try every nonsense. When they want to try what COVID is here, when they want to try the one that what started from Guinea, what's the name? That one that was killing people like that. Ebola. Every trial, every nonsense, they start from here. HIV was discovered in San Francisco. The next moment they say South Africa. I was thinking that by the time I grow up to this age, there will be nobody living in South Africa. We must understand this. We must understand that we are in a war with the rest of the world, because this is where we have all the resources, and until our leaders forget about their egos. You are the president of Uganda, so what? Your people are living in abject poverty. You are calling your excellency and you are happy. What are you excellent over? That your people are hungry? You are the president of Egypt, and so what? You are the president of Ghana, and so what? Let us team up and work together and take advantage of the 3.4 trillion market. Utilize the 1.2 billion human beings, and you will see whether the rest of the world can compete with us.
Right. Okay. So that sets the stage for our discussion this morning. And don't forget, you can join the discussion on our Facebook platforms at Pan African Television, on all our socials at Pan African TV. We want to hear from you what you think these issues that we discussing could lead to. There's a talk that Ghana, it's solidly cushioned from the rising levels of coup d'etats in the sub-region. What are your views on this? And I want us to look at a subject matter that really links or relates to this coup d'etat issue. This time around, democratic elections. If you will remember, somewhere last year around this time, we were all anxiously sitting together. I believe I was in the studio here, right here, monitoring the elections to see who became, President of the Republic of Ghana. It's been 1 year on. We went to the polls last year. Yesterday was exactly 1 year. We elected John Dramani Mahama as our president. He's leading the country with a big issue on resetting Ghana's economy. What are your views on that? And I want to start with you, Prince, on this one. It's 1 year. I remember vividly that year, a day after the elections, we were here in the studio, putting figures together, rushing all over the place, doing calls, sitting on air and tabulating results. It's been 1 year. So far, it's been so good. But I believe that there are lessons that we can draw from what happened somewhere last year. If you look at the elections, how it was, conducted, the posture and behavior of the Electoral Commission of Ghana then, and the various government agencies. Let's look at the political parties that talk about Tagri and all those things. What do you remember last year, a year on?
Okay, Abusia, we need ensema ekoso our political highway. So Solomon Owusu and Ayatenenka, NPP illegal scandals, or they to boy left, right, center back, or Auditor General take immediate action on a scandal. So you better master some Japan Kokutiza and some way edema Ghana Politics Avenue. So and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that any updates be ever dropping on once every to me I can be better master.